Guys, good afternoon. Welcome back to our channel. How's everyone doing this afternoon? I hope you are well. Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back. Hope everybody is doing okay. Thank you so much for joining. Please give us a thumbs up as you are coming in. Subscribe if you haven't done so. We got a lot of new subscribers. We welcome you to the family. This is Obodo Farm. And we are a family here. Thank you so much to all who recently subscribed, who joined us, and those who've been here. I appreciate you guys so much. Eshe Gonyo. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please give us a thumbs up. This is a platform where we talk about a lot of issues. We mainly deal with issues. Occasionally, we have some cruising that we do Thursdays. Uh, but mostly, we talk about issues. We are all about learning and unlearning, growing. There's a lot to learn and there's a lot to unlearn. And having conversations about difficult issues is the best way to learn because we hear diverse opinions and people come to share their experiences. And one way or the other, you will learn. Like that, my my Sierra Leone friend, Mary, I always say, Bridget, you go learn. You go learn. Yeah, there's a lot of learning that goes on here. So we welcome you to the fold. Thank you so much. You will not be disappointed. Okay? We have very, very, very difficult conversations here. It's not always. Sometimes the conversations are quite heated because we're a bunch of opinionated people, starting with me. So we're a community of very highly opinionated men and women, mostly women. But gradually the men are coming in, they are listening. Yeah, but we have, men of timber caliber. But I guarantee that you will definitely, definitely learn something whenever you join us. So thank you. Please share the stream. Um, we tend to do a lot of this live stream. Sometimes we do the short videos, but this is the main thing that we do here. So we talk mainly about issues that affect Africans who live in the diaspora, like common issues that we have, ranging from relationship and marriage, majorly. We're also a domestic violence support group. That's the main thing that we do. So you will hear a lot of very difficult stories around domestic violence and people sharing their own personal experiences for others to learn. Oprah said that your healing does not begin until you are able to talk about your pain. Yeah, healing starts from when you share your pain. And so we always encourage people to share. And not just because we want to create content, but those of you who have been here long enough know, we share because it helps not the survivors alone, but also people who are in similar situation. Because as you know, we come from a culture where these things are taboos. They don't talk about them. They tell everybody, keep quiet, don't let the next person hear about it. They're going to laugh at us. They're going to, you know. But we encourage people to speak out. Yeah, when people are able to voice out, it's very empowering for them because at the end of the day, the pain is personal to them. So welcome, welcome. That's just a brief, very brief introduction. But as time goes on, you will know what we do here. So today, I'm going to talk about a topic that is also relating to domestic violence. Sadly, we don't shy away from these topics because there's a lot of learning, especially because domestic violence is something that changes people's life. It affects people's life, unfortunately, in a very negative way. People have gone because of DV, and people are still going, and a lot of people are still living in situations that are very, very bad. So these stories kind of, give voice to these issues and help people to make informed decisions about their own life. Because at the end of the day, I strongly believe that the covenant of life is higher than the covenant of marriage. As much as we love marriages, we are very big on people being married, but for me, if it's not healthy, especially when it starts to threaten your well-being, your life and your well-being, then it's not worth it. Mm. It's not worth it. Welcome everybody. Bingpe, how are you? I can see you. You finished work early today and you're on holiday. Ah, Pele. Welcome. So, DV is something that is serious. And you guys know that I stand very, very firmly against any act of DV. I am, I am, I don't play with that at all because I know the impact. Because I've not been a victim myself, but I've had a family member, my own sister, who was a victim. And so, firsthand, I can tell you that it's not something that anybody should have to deal with. It's sad. So, um, yeah. So the story I'm sharing with you today, I'm just going to read it out to you in a minute. Please give us a thumbs up as you are coming in. It's a story of a couple. This is the couple, and that is their son. Unfortunately, that boy is no longer here with us. Okay, this is why I tell you nothing good ever comes out of DV. If a marriage is not healthy and you don't feel safe mentally, physically, and holistically, there's no point. There's no point. So, and these things here is not one day happens. These things usually would have been, you have instances of incidents happening here and there. People will make excuses, women especially, will always make excuses and say, no, my child, I have to stay with my child. Especially the women that always make excuses and say, oh, what about the children? I'm staying because of the children. That was an excuse back in the day. Today, anybody who can think and can actually analyze things in any kind of way or shape or form that can think critically knows that is actually very, very dangerous. Yeah, it's counterproductive. So if you say you are staying because of children, the children are getting damaged in the process because the children grow up and they see. Yeah, they experience things, they see. And that's what you're going to find in this story today. He's only a young boy, 8 years old, who was trying to defend his mother. I mean, think about it. The kind of situation where you have to be in, where an 8-year-old boy hmm, feels the need to protect his own mother. He's a kid. He's a kid. Um, I was saying the last stream we had on Tuesday, that we should allow children to be children. Yeah, but this boy felt like he had to protect his mother because children are just like that, you know. Even though they don't have the strength, they are not grown yet, and they can't physically do it. They want to protect the people they love. That's just the truth. And we all know that in terms of when it comes to physical DV, we're talking about, women don't have, we don't, we get mouths, but we don't get power. Mm, we don't get power at all, at all, at all. And so, for a parent to put their child or children in that position where the child feels the need to protect their parent, one of their parents, is something that is incredibly sad. So the story has it that an 8-year-old boy, yeah, was trying to protect the mom, and as a result, he got deleted. His name is Amir Harden. The mother is Cherish Edwards. He said that the little handsome boy was trying to shield her when his dad was about to delete her in their home in Minnesota in the US. The father tried to delete the mother, but instead he ended up deleting his son. And what Amir had tried to do was to wrestle his father to take the iron away from him. Yeah, from his hand. But according to the story, the mother said that she was screaming for him to leave and go to their neighbor's house. Obviously, at this time, they were having issues, and things had escalated very quickly. I said that temptation can come in any way. If you have anger problem, we've had this conversation all the time here where I say, people in the US will explain to you why having an iron at home is not a big deal, is their way of life. But if you're somebody that has anger issues, or you get easily provoked in a way that you cannot control yourself, having iron at home is very dangerous, because offenses can happen whereby arguments will occur that people will get so mad. And you know what they call that level of anger is temporal insanity. People will lose their mind for a temporal period. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kéṣù kó lò wá. Yeah, but the boy refused and said, "Mommy, I'm not leaving you here." Wow, heartbreaking. So when the father now saw that he had made a mistake, that the iron he was supposed to use on the mom, he had used it on the boy, he now used the iron on himself. When he saw that he had made a mistake accidentally, yeah, it was meant for the mother, but the son took it because he was trying to get the iron from the dad. And the mom said to CBS News that it's an unbearable pain. It's just unimaginable that an 8-year-old was trying to wrestle an iron out of a grown man's hand, she said. So both father and son gone in a twinkle of an eye. Ah, God have mercy. Yeah, they rushed them to the hospital, but it was too late. The boy didn't make it. The boy didn't make it. And guess what? The worst part of it was that there were other children there. 4 other children. So there are a lot of children in the family. His siblings, 4 of them, witnessed this tragedy. And the mom said, "My kids are traumatized and probably will need therapy for the rest of their lives." Yeah. They are going to need therapy for the rest of their lives. Imagine watching your own child, and a parent watching their own child being taken away from them in this manner. Yeah. So let me just read a few comments. Someone called Fetia said, "How is he going to live with himself?" That's why they said they should ask, when you ask women to leave DV men, they say for the sake of the children. But please live for the sake of the children. Let the world mock you for being divorced or a single mother, but you will be alive. Yeah. Of course, all the comments are going to be referring to, women who stay or say, "Oh, it's because of my children." Stay alive, train your children with your father. Yeah, it's always better to raise children in a both parent household. Always. No doubt about it. But that is a two-parent household that is healthy. Not a two-parent household that is goes every day. No, the children are going to grow up. They will be scared. They will have no self-esteem. They will think that is normal. The girls will grow up thinking that is the way a man is supposed to treat women, and they will go out and find exactly the same kind of man to date or marry. And the boys are going to end up being mango packs, because this is what they saw growing up. It's standard. We children learn more from observation than anything that you teach them. It doesn't matter what you say to children, it's what they see that matters. Yeah. Tell them, "Oh, don't do this thing I'm doing. No, I'm doing it because I'm an adult, or because I'm this, I'm that, but you don't do it." Lori, they will do it. Because if mommy and daddy can do it, then why not? Yeah. Yeah, that's the picture that I saw. Melanated queen. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's okay. That's what is on the blogs. He says it's not the image of the father. Google Dania Adam for image of father. The person in this picture is her father. It's her father. Her own father. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's two parents or one parent. One parent is more healthy than two parents. Yeah. So that's what happened. That's the short and long of the story. I'm sure he didn't mean it, but usually these things happen. I don't think anybody ever means that they are going to, delete anybody. But when arguments begin, hmm, when arguments start, hmm, self-control is out of the window. It's completely out. That's just the truth. So, people who stay in really, really bad, very, 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 very bad and toxic relationship, an advice for you today: if you are in an abusive relationship where there's constant, constant gbasgbos, and you say, I'm staying because of children, then you should know that you are not doing your children any good. Yeah, they are going to grow up. So I'm just going to share a few points from Women's Aid. Women's Aid is telling us here a few points. Let me share a few points about why it is very, very, you should know that staying in a situation like that is harmful to children. So one of the reasons why you must take children out of that environment is because they are going to grow up in an atmosphere that is full of danger. Yeah. You will tell children about what they call it, stranger danger. Is that what they call it? Stranger danger. Yeah. But sometimes the danger is in their own home. So they're going to grow up in fear. Because I kid you not, that was the day this incident happened was not the first day these fights have been happening. It's been happening. Usually, it's not the day that the incident happened where somebody gets deleted or somebody gets bad. That I guarantee in almost all the cases there will be antecedents. It's been happening. Yeah. Then one day, Mokin go market, go come back. So the children are going to grow up in an atmosphere of fear, and that's going to affect so many things: their confidence, their esteem, their view of life. They won't want to go home. They want to be hanging out on the streets because home is not safe. Home is not safe. So that's one reason. Yeah, it's not safe. They will feel very isolated. Very, very, very isolated. You see that the children will not be able to they will not have confidence to make friends in school. They will not be themselves. They will keep to themselves and just they can even be acting out. They'll get in fights and just generally behaving badly because sometimes when children are not able to express what they are feeling, they put it in behavior. Yeah, something is happening at home. That's why when children start to react and misbehave and their behavior starts to affect learning, most of the referrals that are done to social services in children's social care is done from school. Okay? I'm talking about the UK. I don't know about other places. The teachers and all the people that work in the school always notice when there's something going on. So they want to find out what's going on at home. That's why you see that they will call children and ask them question. Is everything okay at home? How is mommy? How is daddy? How are your siblings? So they usually will refer once the child discloses that something is going on. Yeah, yeah, they will disclose. The children sometimes will blame themselves. They'll have feelings, and this also is to the women as well, or the victims. Sometimes it's men. Very often it's women. The feeling of shame and embarrassment or denial. Like I can imagine what that little kid was doing. When you watch your parents every day, they are fighting, you can't do anything about it. You'll be feeling, oh, if I was strong, if I was big, I'll be able to protect my mom. He did try. He tried. He was only 8 years old. 8 years. What can an 8-year-old skinny kid do? He tried. For an 8-year-old to be able to have the courage to say, today, no, this is not going to happen. The mom said she told him to go and go to the neighbor's house. But he said, no, I can't leave you here. He said to the mom, I can't leave you here, mom. Yeah. Yeah. Children should not need to protect their parents. Parents should be the ones that are protecting the children. Yeah. It's the parents that should protect children. Please give us a thumbs up. Yeah. Who is still alive? Somebody is saying that he's still alive or in critical condition. Um, Let me look at the comments. Please give us a thumbs up. Yeah. Okay. You're still talking about the picture. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Children should not be the one to protect their parents. Yeah. Trauma. Lifelong trauma. A lot of we complain. The other day we were talking about malice, right? I think Olasti wants to talk about it tonight. We've not finished dealing with that topic because it's very deep. Silent treatment and malice. Learned behavior. Where did they learn it from? They learned it from home. So when the children grow up to become adults and form their own relationship, yeah, some of those behavior automatically, because they grew up with it over the years, is going to form their lives. It will be part of them. You cannot how am I going to describe it now? You put something into a bottle. Let's say there's fluid into a bottle, and you insert something into the fluid. There's no way the fluid is going to come out of that the let's say a piece of wood or a piece of paper inside. You can't take it out and it's still going to remain dry. Bits and pieces of that fluid is going to be inside that object. Cause see, remember that parents are the first teachers. Before you even start kindergarten, it's your parents that you know and your immediate family. Before you even know what friendship is, before you start forming friends, home is where the learning and socialization starts. It's from the home. So when those children grow up and become adults, and they become adults, now what? Some of that behavior is going to translate it will show up because they will see it as normal. Yeah, they will become Mongo Park. Mongo Park begets Mongo Park. When you see Mongo Park, go and check their father. Go and check their mother. If it's a woman Mongo Park, go and check them. Check her mother. Yeah. Definitely one of their parents was a Mongo Park. So there's a lot of trauma that comes with it. And low confidence, and there's that is good about people staying in a DV situation. Nothing. There's absolutely nothing good about it. So yes, we talk about in our culture how it is hard, anywhere in the world, not even in our culture. Okay, the internet is cutting off and on because you know why? It's overused. The people that are using it are too much. One person is playing Xbox, what they call it, PS5 down. One is playing PS4 5 up. The same internet. So Emma Binu. Yeah, I think it's too much use. Yeah, so living is hard. It's not always easy. It's not Nobody's going to tell you that it's going to be easy because there are too many things to consider. Too many. Way too many things to consider. Most women will think about where am I going to start from? If there are 5 kids in this situation, they said that the boy had 4 siblings. So we're assuming that there are 5. She'll probably be thinking, where? Who is going to want me? But women, I'm encouraging you as a woman, please stop thinking that way. You are in a bad situation, a really bad situation, and your survival instincts should kick in. It's not for you to be thinking about the next marriage or the next relationship. Do you want to be alive to raise your children? Do you want to live long? Do you want to see old age? Do you want to see your children's children? Do you have goals? You have dreams? You have aspirations? Do you have things you want to achieve with your life? Do you believe that God placed you on this earth for a purpose? Or you just came to this world to be a parent, to be a mother and a wife? Is that all you came to this world to do? I don't think so. I don't think so. It is an amazing, amazing privilege to be a wife, to be a mother, and all that good stuff. But ice cream with trimming, that's what I see it as, is ice, like having ice cream. You can have ice cream without trimming, or have a cake without trimming, but the cake is still cake. The base of the cake is still there. So all those other things that comes is a decoration. But the cake was already a cake. And you can eat the cake without all the decoration. Because that's God. I believe that there's a reason that God has created us and put us on this earth. We have a purpose why God sent us here. And if along the way, God blesses you with a good partner, and you have the blessing of marriage and children, either male or female, amazing. Thank God for you. I'm happy for you. Because two is better than one, and nobody is going to say that marriage is not good except somebody that has had a negative experience. Mhm. Yeah, it's always good. However, when good is no longer good, mm, and it's become something that is threatening your life, then you have to reevaluate. Mm. Bingbe said, I'm tired of women with such mentality. This is why it is important to have the number of children you can raise by yourself if life happens. Absolutely. And did you notice, Bingbe, that it's women that in DV marriage that have more children? Is a way that Mongo Park use to hold women down so they can't live. So they keep giving you belly. You keep having babies. You keep having babies. But nobody can make you have babies that you don't want to have. You have control and autonomy over your own body. But some women feel very helpless. They are dealing with life and all the wahala of this marriage thing that is not working. They are trying to take care of the children. They are trying to survive that. Before you know, another pregnancy has entered. Hmm. Yeah. Melanated Queen said the system also fails women in this country. He did this in the day he was released from jail after he tried to. Oh, he did try to strangle her 3 days before. Ah, can you see? What did I say? Did I not tell you that was not the day it started? So the question is, if they release him from jail because he did try to buy her, because when you're trying to, do that, you're trying to buy the person. How come he's allowed to come into the same house? How come? So we women too take things for granted. Somebody wants to delete you once, you survive, and you still allow that person to come. Why? Why? 3 days, just 3 days before, he tried to buy you, or he went to prison for trying to buy you, and now he's out of prison and he's back. See, we leave room for so many things. We don't take all these things seriously. Julie Love, how are you? She said, I can't even watch this episode as a DV survivor. And Victor, just the title is triggering. I'm so sorry, my dear. I'm really, really sorry. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You have to take charge of your own fertility. Cherry Oliver say, in fact, every woman should take charge of their own fertility. Yeah. Yeah, it's your body. The man has the seed, but it's you that has the womb. I remember what our brother Adewale told us here. I will never forget it for as long as I live. The gift of your womb is your most prized and it's priceless. Is the best gift, and you don't give it to somebody that don't deserve it. And don't say I don't have control. You just enter. In this day and age, but let just the enter. You know, just the enter now. Take steps. Hmm. You know, just the enter. Damilare Ogulano said, Obodoyibo, I disagree. We are not addressing the elephant in the living room. These women who choose to be with those so-called Mongo Park, they are to be blamed and take responsibility. So I don't know whether you are new here, Damilare. We don't blame survivors here, okay? It's not a blame or shame platform. If you are new here, let me give you the induction. Right? We don't blame. We don't blame. You don't know until you've been there. You don't know what it's like. Okay? So don't say, oh, they are to blame. They choose. Nobody chooses to drink otapia. Mm-mm. But there's a systematic way that abuse happens. You need to understand the science behind it before you can say, oh, they choose to. Nobody chooses that. No, nobody. You need to understand what domestic violence is, Damilare. Okay? You don't understand it. That's why you are talking like that. We don't blame victims. Okay? It doesn't happen one day. It's systemic in a way that before you know. And then Mongo Parks have a way of making you codependent. You cannot you don't even see it. You don't see it. A lot of women come on this platform and they tell me that they didn't even know. Because information is power. Do you know that there are some men that don't allow their wives to watch my channel? They say, that woman that is teaching women to leave their marriage, they don't allow their wives to watch. Why would a man have a problem with me talking about healthy marriages and relationships? Yeah. Damilare, don't worry, you go learn. Mhm. It's not so straightforward, okay? And that's why we tend not to blame anybody. Um, yeah. If you've been there, then you will know better. Lady Time say being a woman can be quite overwhelming. Wife, mother, carer, nurturer, homemaker. Yeah. Yes. Jen is talking about being broken. The brokenness starts from the mind. Okay? It's not from the body. The women that are in such relationships or marriages like this woman now, yeah, it's like they find themselves trapped in a circle that is so vicious that they cannot see any way out of it. It takes the will, it takes in fact, it takes divine intervention and real support. When I mean support, I mean both hands-on, family, friends, if they have people who are committed, and services to be able to. Do you know how many times a victim of DV leaves, come back, leaves? Up to six times. Research, this is proven. Research shows that a woman in a DV marriage will leave up to six times and come back. One, two, come back. Three, four. They will keep coming back before they will finally have the courage to leave. Mm. It's a very slow, it's a slippery slope. Mm. It's a very slippery. You won't even know. And don't think it's only women that are uneducated or they are uninformed that it happens to. It can happen to anybody. This can happen to anybody, no matter your level of exposure, your level of maturity, your level of education. It can happen to anybody. Pray not to meet a Mungo Park. I'm telling you. Yeah. Just pray not to meet a Mungo Park. Daisy Dream says it's a slow conditioning of the mind. Yeah, it is. Mm. It's a feeling of hopelessness and, so darkness that you don't see a way out. Yeah. Fala said it's a very hopelessness and hopelessness situation except with divine intervention. Yeah, to get out of it alive. Absolutely. I'm sharing my link if you want to say something. Quickly jump in. Um, Mommy T said, not only your channel Auntie B, men don't allow their wives on any social media. Some men, right? Yeah. Like that man the other day that's when we're talking about when we're talking about silent treatment, the one that said that he used to leave house to go and sleep in the hotel. What's the name of that uncle? That uncle will never allow his wife to watch this channel because we will teach the wife. Oh my God. We will give the wife, we will empower the wife. Information is power. What you don't know, you don't know. Mm. Vet said, yes, some women feel trapped in abusive marriages. Yes, they keep going back until they get the strength to leave the marriage safely. Yeah, yeah, they do. Yeah, give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much, everybody. Yeah, my link is in the comment section. So that's why it's good for you to speak out. So the thing that really makes abuse to grow is secrecy. It thrives on secrecy. When you can't tell anybody, you keep hiding. Mm? You can't tell anybody because again you are ashamed. How did I get here? How did I allow myself? Oh, then you start to reflect on your life. Oh, I was this, I was that. Look at me now. You'll be ashamed. And then you start the Mongo Park will be telling you nobody's gonna want you. Who do you think will want you? I'm the only man that will want you. There's a lot that goes on in it. There's a lot that goes on in it. Remember Osinachi's story? Yeah. That happened in the church where both of them were active members of one of the biggest churches in Nigeria. Yeah. It happened, right? She was a praise leader in the church. She had a ministry. She was going around singing. After she don't collect BT, she will go and be singing and be praising God. Yeah, that is how deep it is. And unfortunately, some of our religious leaders, I think Osinachi's passing taught us a lot of lessons. Because we've not seen somebody of that kind of a profile, she's big, she was well loved. It Now you're starting to see pastors saying, "Oh, we are not saying you should divorce, but if you are in an abusive marriage, just be safe first, stay alive, don't stay there, just separate." They are confident. Some pastors are confident in saying separate now. Back in the day, they will tell you to go and pray. They say pray. You keep praying and praying and praying. Yeah. Jenny says, "Sis B, I've been in a toxic relationship with a Ghanaian Mongo Park. It was emotional, verbal, affected my physical well-being. God has done for me, and I'm moving out next month." Wow. You're still there? Yeah. I pray you have the strength. Please move out, oh. It's better to be alive. It's better to be alive. That's one thing I just, when the Jamaican lady that I spoke to the other day was telling me about how in Jamaica they have zero tolerance to DV. I really appreciated it. And she also told me about her own experience whereby her mother was pregnant with her for 7 months pregnancy. It takes a lot of courage to do that. The woman didn't know where she was going. She packed her bag. She didn't even know where her next meal will come from. Another woman will be thinking, "Ah, at least I'm pregnant now. Maybe let me just have this one." You know the worst one? Some women will be thinking, "Let me have all my children. Mm. Let me have all my children in one place." Instead of also be having children up and down. While you are trying to have the children, pray that you will still have life. Because there's a thin line between life and just one teeny weeny line like this. You are gone. So pray for life. Life is much more. It's very, very precious, and it's also very, very it's fleeting. Hi, Bamidele, welcome.
Hello,
Hello, how are you?
doing good.
Good, good, good. Welcome. What do you have to say?
Well, I had this made I wanted to make some clarifications on our live Instagram in terms of starting a relationship. So what I meant was like, why are Africans? Why is there a lack of consistency and a lack of reciprocation, and then also in terms of like transparency and communication, and also a lack of honesty, and people don't ask the appropriate questions. I feel that if 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 our culture would apply these techniques, then we wouldn't have these issues where lack of communication, like in terms of like marriage or whatever. But this not only applies to marriage, but it also applies to other relationships as well, in terms of like work, and also with one another, in terms of like friends or even family as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So generally, you were talking about in terms of interpersonal relationships, which also includes, people who are in, romantic relationships and marriages.
Yes.
Lack of transparency. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot that we lack. And people might have an understanding of it, but again, like we're saying with the issue of malice and silent treatment, what you know is different from what you do. You can know it, but the application is different. Yeah. Applying it takes a level of maturity and a level of self-reflection and humility. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's what it is. That's just what it is. Unfortunately, the way we're socialized, I know some people say, "Oh, we can't keep referring to the way we were raised. We can't keep referring to our community, our religion, and traditions and things like that." But it has a lot to play in it. It's all part of it. You are a product of, your environment. Yeah, don't you agree? Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't you agree?
Yes.
Yeah. So, what do you think is the solution in terms of, being able to apply those things that you mentioned practically in relationships?
Um, Practically, when you start courting or start dating in the first place,
Mm,
I believe if you don't have those five elements in place, then you shouldn't move forward in any type of relationship,
yeah,
even if it's a friendship, even in
yeah,
business as well. Because if there is no like, if we're not on the same terms in terms of like relationship, then we're just really wasting our time. People just do
mhm,
whatever they want to do, and there's no respect for human life for both parties.
yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. A lot of people said, Obodoyibo, let us be realistic. We know be Jamo. We are very different. Using them as an example on their idea on marriage does not correlate with ours. Yeah, we are not so different, to be honest. I don't think we are so different from Jamaicans. We are all Africans. Black people everywhere in the world, we are not so different. That's one thing I found. It's just our geography that is different. Okay? We are not so different. To be honest, when I landed when I landed in that Montego Bay, Cynthia Sisi is here and some of the ladies who travel together, it felt like I was in Nigeria. It just felt like I was in Nigeria. We are not so different. So the way we understand life and the way we were, our cultures definitely is different because they are different. They have, the culture is different and, we learn differently. I agree. However, I believe that you can take the good from any culture, any society. Okay. So, for instance, I don't like the fact that because you brought up the issue of Jamaica. I know I use it quite a lot since I came, but there are things that I like about their way of life, and that's why I'm referring to them. But there are also things that I don't like. Okay, so for instance, addressing what you said, Ladipupo, they don't believe a lot in marriage, but having children, which is different from what we believe in. Marriage will always be important to us as Africans because marriage is the bedrock of society. Marriage is the smallest unit of society, and marriage is always better. Okay, so in that area, yes, I think our own way of approach to it is better. Okay, because they will have children without marrying and then marry later, much later on. Okay, but however, I also like the fact that their mothers and grandmothers have also raised and nurtured the girls to be very independent, right? Because most of this abuse that we're talking about stems from a place of power. When people feel that they don't have any power, they are susceptible to all sorts of abuse. Okay. Allah, welcome. Yeah. So having your own business, having your own home, that level of empowerment, I love it. Instead of looking for a man that will buy you phone. I mean, I saw this the most ridiculous post the other day that somebody said that if you are using an Android, if you have a man and a man that allows you to use an Android phone does not love you. This was posted by a Nigerian girl. All this Gen Z. No offense to the Gen Z in the building. Some of your Gen Z members, their head don't shift. You don't shift from front like this to the back to their bum. They don't get sense. They don't get sense. That if a man that allows you to use Android phone does not love you. So that means the average young girl in Nigeria will be looking for men that will buy them phone. You see what is happening as a result of that? Is it not better for parents to empower their children so that they know you don't need a man to buy a phone for you? You can buy your own phone yourself. So we'll take the good from, any culture or any society where we see things that we can benefit from. Yeah. In that aspect, yeah. I love the way the Caribbean women are very independent. I love that. Yeah. Sissy says, hilarious. I'm an Android user and my man uses iPhone and he loves me. Let me make you laugh. I keep buying iPhones, right? Last year I bought one. I gave it to my son. I was going to uni. It's the pro one or the big one. And it was the latest one. Guess what? When he went to uni, I went and bought another one. Am I using it? I've given it to my younger son. I'm not using it. Me and Samsung. Nothing can separate me from the love of Samsung. So I don't know where that is coming from, but it's a level of, is it desperation I will call it, or it's not cloud chasing. This is the way this is actually what they believe that a man should be buying you phone. Why should a man buy you phone? If you cannot buy your own phone yourself, then you are not even matured enough to have a relationship. Why do you need a man to buy you a phone? Why? Why? See, we need to empower our girls or our daughters. We must empower our daughters. I'm telling you. Forget about, all these things that we are seeing on social media, but the earlier we empower our daughters, the better. Yeah. Because they keep looking around and they are easily deceived by all this rubbish. I will buy you phone, come to my house. That's why you see every day they are disappearing. They cannot see them because of ordinary iPhone. Yeah. Yeah. Bamidele, are you still there?
Yes.
Blonzon, you are in the studio and your camera is on. You are cleaning your face. Do you want to come online? You want to say something? I can see you cleaning your face. Should I add you? Okay, all right. Bamidele, do you want to say something again before I go to Blossom? Mm.
No, I'm good.
All right, thank you, bro. Thank you for calling. All right, Blossom, how are you? You look very nice.
Thank you. I'm just coming back from work.
Oh,
Auntie
well,
B,
yes, my dear.
thank you. You see, this thing, you said something that most men doesn't know that they are in an abusive relationship. That
Mm-hmm.
was my situation, Auntie B. I
Mm-hmm.
never knew I was in an abusive relationship until I started listening to a lot of relationship experts
Mm-hmm.
talking about relationship and also your channel. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the the moment I started listening to these people and a lot of YouTube channels, teachings, and all that, Pastor K also, I was like, oh, really? So this means what this man is doing to me is an abuse. I never knew I was being abused. I thought it's just the normal way of life. Oh, this
So
is
give me an
life. I didn't
example
see.
of some of the things that he would do that you didn't recognize as a form
Okay.
of abuse.
Number one, it doesn't even provide. It doesn't even provide for us. It doesn't provide for me and my son. Okay. Then I had just one child for him. It doesn't provide. Okay. I felt okay. We're just struggling together. And most time you do compete. It was like you don't dress well. Look at the way you're dressing. Is that the way a woman's supposed to dress? Why am I dressing? You didn't buy any clothes for me. I'm struggling to survive. I'm struggling. Like, it does. In fact, emotionally was never available. I am sick. He will never ask me, my wife, take 500 and go and buy medicine. I do everything myself. It was as if I was just marrying myself. So I felt, oh, maybe this is how it is. Because, there was never a foundation for me. I never saw my parents, a home where they are being loved. So I felt, okay, this is the normal way of life. You get it? So I said, I was just in it like that. A lot of things. He would slap me at every little provocation. He would collect my phone. He would smash it on the floor. He would destroy my phone. He doesn't buy phone for me. The one I will struggle to buy myself. Auntie B, this man will scatter them. I felt, okay, maybe that is how it is. I will report to my church people and they will start quoting Bible for me. It was crazy. For years, I was just enduring it. I never knew it was an abuse. So until Auntie B, I dey collect slap. Like normal, like they dash you.
Lose my man, don't make me laugh. Is it? They slap you for play. You don't dash you slap.
I think I free give bonanza. They give me anyhow back and forth.
Now where on a day? Now Nigeria on a day. I be where?
Now
Where you
Nigeria
people?
did that time now, Auntie B. Now
Okay.
Nigeria did that time. I say the guy they slap me. I can't teach myself. Like I can't teach myself. They listen to all these relationship experts and all that. Before I was like, this man is abusing me. This man is abusing me. I will not take it. It took me courage to leave. It was not easy. And I didn't let him know I was leaving because the moment I would tell him I'm leaving, he will not allow me to go with my kids. So I played him. I tricked him. I told him, I won't go study abroad though, because I knew that if I leave to any part of this Nigeria, this man not go let me get
We'll
peace of
find
mind.
you.
Yes. So the first thing I did for myself was to empower myself, Auntie B. I hustle. Tell me, say the money there inside gutter. You see me, I go enter that gutter, go bring that money, come out.
Good girl. Good girl.
I go look for that money. So the first thing I did for myself was to empower myself first. I empowered myself. I was like, if I can take care of myself and my kids myself, I'll be okay. I can leave this marriage and leave this man. So that was how I was able. I gather money, put things together. I told him I'm going to study abroad.
You've called us before, haven't you? I remember your story now.
Exactly.
Yes, we shared it here before.
That was
Yes,
how
yes.
I left, Auntie. That was how I left that marriage. I left and I told you, don't
You
worry.
not try to come abroad, come and meet you. Nigeria hard now. You don't find you come.
He say he won't come, Auntie B. When they say he won't come, wait now. When they say he won't come abroad, say he won't come. The way now. He say he won't come abroad, come see me. Say come live together. Not like say, you know what? Fine, we've been separated for that. Then it was 6 months, but now it's already 4 years we've been separated.
You don't tell and say that they go prison for here. Make you no go enter prison for all those slap where they slap you.
I tell and say, do you know what? If you can make it work, like it can be a change. But I was really ready for us to come together. You get it? Like, okay, maybe after giving him some space, you'll be able to realize his mistakes and we'll come together as one. Yes, I was really ready to do that for us, at least for the kids as well, because they need a father in their life. So I told him that. I was like, see, the reason why I left, it was not because I needed a certificate. I left just for me to leave you first. Then maybe both of us, our head feel correct. Then we'll feel work on the relationship. I told him that. So it was like, hey, I should try and help him with some money to come. I said, Oga, I'm feeding your 2 kids here. So I don't have money. I'm not on any government benefits. So if you can work your way down here, then we'll start
You
afresh.
try. Try again.
But if not, then let it be. Before we go say Jack, the idiot don't go give woman
Don't
belle.
give person belle. Yes, I remember. You tell us you
Before
don't
you
give
go,
another person belle. Mm-hmm.
exactly, before the idiot, after I don't give person belle, because they beg me, make I come back. I dey craze. I know my papa village, I no be bastard
Now the
though.
person don't inherit all the slab what you they collect before now. Your face don't, you know, see say your face don't come down. Now that person go
And
inherit
people,
all those
I
slabs
don't
now.
dey, alright now. I dey tell you. So most ladies, what I'm trying to say is this: most people doesn't know that they are in a abusive relationship
Mm-hmm.
until they are
Mm-hmm.
being told, or they've seen how relationships supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And all these things boils down from maybe the home the girl grew up from. As I said, I never see a structure of marriage like my
Mm-hmm.
papa and my mama stay together. I don't see them. I never grew up
Mm-hmm.
to experience it. So I felt
Mm-hmm.
what this man is giving to me is the
It's
standard.
normal. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is normal. Not knowing that
Mm-hmm.
it's not. It's just trash. Until I
Yeah.
was able to educate myself and also empowered myself. So if
Mm.
ladies, if we're in a relationship, we can be able to at least learn from people and also empower ourselves. First thing is empowerment. If you don't have
Mm-hmm.
money, you go nowhere.
Mm-hmm. So that's what I
You
was trying
own
to say.
nothing.
Tolu, to I pinned that comment because I wanted to comment on it. Tolu was saying, Obodo Ibo, are you saying that men should do pamper us? They should take care of us. That's you're missing the point, Tolu. That's not what I meant. Okay, definitely men should take care of their women, and all that good stuff. However, this monetization of relationship that Nigerian girls are doing is what is leading them to wahala. Okay, I'm talking about the transaction of it, whereby somebody that. So you're trying to tell me, we had this conversation here where somebody was saying 20 million, I'll be 2 million, I'll be 500,000, give me 500,000. What you go they go collect for your hand, they go pass that 2 million, I'll be 20 million, whatever it is that they are giving you. So it's become something that is so normalized in Nigeria now that you see small quickly when their breasts never even develop finish. They go tell you, say, I can't date a man that doesn't have car. I can't date a man that's using a Android. I can't date a man. I say, now poverty be this one I've been waiting. So that's what I'm trying to say, Tolu. Do you get it? Uh-huh. It's a very wrong way of raising girls, and it's poverty mentality. When children, young children who are just going into a relationship and all they are looking for is men that will give them money. And I'm talking about young girls. They are looking for people that will buy them things. Yeah, I saw it. Yes, I saw the response. It's a very it's not a very good thing at all. Yeah, I'm talking about, just like you said, empowerment blows on what you're saying. The need for us as parents now to raise our children to be empowered instead of looking for poverty elevation. Up and down, you're looking for poverty elevation. So you go and meet a Yahoo boy or all these ritualists. You see Andrew now. How many girls don't disappear because they are looking for poverty elevation? So yeah. I hope you got it. That's what I'm trying to say. It's so bad now. It's like a pandemic in Nigeria. It's different from when you have grown women who have attained a level of success, saying that, okay, I want somebody that can match where I am, that can maintain the same lifestyle that I already have, than secondary school girls, 18-year-old looking for one man that will give them big money. The people that are following the so-called, I don't even know what it be her name. Anyway, thank you very much for sharing, Blossom. Take
Thank
care of
you, Auntie
yourself.
B.
I hope you're all
Thank
right. I
you.
hope you're aware. How are the
Ah,
children?
Auntie B, I did 100% all right though. The moment I enter plane, I did all right. The moment I enter plane, I did all right.
Smart
So
girl. You
now
too sharp. You don't
it
play the
has been
uncle.
4 years.
You don't dodge. You don't dodge.
I dodge bullet.
You dodge. You don't. No one. And that person will give Belen. I ain't going to collect these slabs now. I ain't going to
I
collect.
ain't go, now she go collect her big
I ain't going
time.
to
So now
collect Belen.
I'm filing for my divorce now, but at least I know I'm somewhere that I'm safe.
Does he
My
call?
head
Did
is
they send anything to the children? Does he talk to them or anything
free.
like that?
Auntie B, now spam don't know. I don't accept my fate though. Nothing. You know, they send it, not even a call. And they even told me, like the idiot told me that, that I should, if I don't want to be in his life, I should forget about him communicating with the kids. Because I basically begged him that, please, can you at least call your kids and talk to them? And he told me that
That's
if I don't
fine.
want to be in his life, then I should forget about the kids.
That's all right.
So as it be,
The kids will be
I mean,
fine.
they are
They'll be fine.
fine. They are
Now you
doing
go come
great.
find them later. Now when you don't see them, say they don't grow, they do things. Now you go
They
come say,
don't even ask us
and he
to.
never know. He never know all this obodo children. At that time, the children go come tell and say, who the F are you? I don't know you.
Who are you? And you know the funniest part, Auntie B? I don't change their name to my maiden name because I mean they pay school fees, I mean they pay feeding, everything and my everything. So
You
I
be
don't change
Igbo?
them to my papa name. Abiedo, I don't change
Yeah.
that to my papa name straight up.
Chineke.
I don't change their name to my papa name because it's not paying school fees. Even hospital bill, when I get back to them, he didn't pay hospital bill, Auntie B. Who is he? He's a sperm donor. Now sperm donor, they behave like that now. So I don't have a husband. They don't even have a father. So I'm their father, I'm their mom. So what is it? This year, Father's Day, I celebrated myself on my status. Happy Father's Day to me. I give myself, I cut cap for myself.
Tonto don't teach you now work. When all of una don't learn from Tonto.
Our mentor
Oh
be
my
that one.
days. You start to celebrate yourself on Father's Day and Mother's Day.
Yes,
Now you
so
be
yes,
everything.
I'm doing everything. Basically, I'm doing everything. I'm feeding them. I'm
Yeah.
doing everything. It doesn't call them. It doesn't check up on them. So I'm good. I
You
told
know
my
the
dad, even
funny
before I
thing,
changed them.
because some of them still think say now like those days, back in the days, they go say,
Yes,
if you
they'll,
can grow, you
they'll
go know your
come.
papa. They
We go,
never know
yes,
say
they're not
that
like
time don't
this. They're
pass,
not like
not be
that.
today. For
It's
where
past. Before I even
mm,
changed their name, I consulted my dad first. I was like, Daddy, see, what I want to do. My dad said, if that is what will give me peace of mind, I should go ahead and do
hmm,
it. And I did it
hmm,
because after all, I don't even return in 10 kobo where you pay for buy price. They want to kill me. They don't return and give them. So what is holding me back? School fees is not paid. Hospital bill is not paid. It's not checking up on the kids. But since my son is a little bit grown, he's 10 years now, I had that discussion with him. I told
hmm,
him, do you mind changing your surname to my surname?
hmm,
And if I tell you the response this boy gave to me, you won't believe it.
hmm.
He was like, of course, yes, my father is not a dad. He has
Wow,
never been there. He has never been there for me. I said, you don't mind, to not affect you in any way. He said, no, mommy, you can go ahead.
wow.
And I
I'm
went
glad that you
ahead
had that
and changed.
discussion with him.
I
You're
did.
a good
I did.
mother.
You know, my
Well
daughter,
done.
my daughter that is like, she's too small for that.
To
She cannot really
understand, yeah.
understand something. So I didn't
Mm,
bother myself. But my son understands what is going on. He knows what he bears in
yeah.
school. So I don't want to change it like that without letting him
Mm.
know about it. So I told him, I
God will
carried him
strengthen
along.
you. Mm.
Thank you, Auntie B. Thank
God
you,
will
Auntie B.
strengthen you. God will help you. Don't
Thank you
worry.
so much.
He
Thank
is the
you.
husband of the husbandless. So no worry.
Yes,
I get one,
actually.
I get similar situation of a friend of mine for America back in the day where they call himself widow. Where they call himself widow. I say, why they call yourself widow? He say, I know be widow, so say be widow.
He better now make person even be widow than say get a
If they
widow
call
and not be
himself
widow.
widow, guess what? Now another woman. Now so called that and they know they together. You go follow another woman outside. Then they fight over and two women they fight over and now so they take delete him. They deleted him. Yeah. Hmm.
So
It
bad.
is well, oh. Thank you,
Thank
my
you,
dear.
Auntie.
Thanks for
Thank you
calling,
so much for
Blossom.
the
Take care of
welcome.
yourself,
I
dear. All
appreciate.
right, dear.
I
Love
will.
you.
Thank
All right.
Yeah.
Cheers. Jum.
Hey, Auntie
You put your picture up.
B.
Now you didn't want us to see your pretty face.
You see, I'm doing my hair and I
I saw
don't
that
want
you're
you to
picking your hair.
distract. Welcome,
Welcome.
Auntie B. How was your journey? We
It
miss you
was fine,
so
dear.
much. And this your
Ah,
color there. You're just giving it to us
my
back to
dear,
back. It
I'm
is
trying to do
so
Jamo style.
pretty. I want to be like you when I'm your age.
Oh dear, it's
Good to
allowed.
see you.
Thank you, dear.
Auntie B, I want to engage you for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And that is because the day you were having this conversation about the anger, I mean, like malice, silence
Mm-hmm.
treatment, I want to come in, but my kids were all around me and the noise was too much. So I make a comment that day, like, what if you have someone that is unreasonable, that anytime you want to have conversation, it goes into name calling, abuse, and all of that, and you just totally avoid having conversation, that instead of you to just reply you keep quiet, but because the more you talk, the more they
Mm-hmm.
don't know the difference between engaging conversation compared to name calling and then turning into abuse all in total. So because for me, I find myself in that space that I'll just be quiet. I don't like to be, I am very bubbly. I can talk from morning to night. I want to talk. But when it comes to now calling names and saying things that will kind of like go to my heart, and for months, I'll still be reminding, like, you say this to me, instead of us to just engage in the conversation we're talking about, trash it and move on, trash it and move on. No. So for somebody like that, it might look like malice, or I'm silent, having a silent treatment, and it's not to punish, because a lot of people were making point that whoever that is doing silent treatment is maybe to manipulate the other person or to discipline the other person. No, it is to avoid name calling, in my own opinion. So I said I should let you hear my opinion,
So
and
how
what do you
long
think
does
about
this
that?
this withdrawal or this pulling out of the conversation, how long does it take? How long?
For me, so okay, so in the moment, if I just let it slide and keep quiet, either of both of us can now come and talk, and hopefully name calling might not come, but and many other things come into play that it just make the relationship so stressful. And I will bring brother Ben what is it called, view into this, because he said after he has, how do
Withdrawn.
I put it, withdrawn, then it might not
Mm,
lead to divorce. And I'm telling you, me, I'm a woman now, not from his own standpoint. When
mm,
there is problem over and over and over, you will move to the point of you are at the wall, your back is against the wall. If you are not finding solution to the issue, but you're just name calling and fighting and all of that, it will eventually lead to the divorce. you
So
know
I asked the question about, because you said you're a bubbly person, and when your partner start calling you name and it hurts, so you
yeah.
withdraw. So I say, how long is this withdrawal usually for? When you withdraw before you now have a conversation, is it days? Is it months? Is it
No, no,
for a
no.
few
It's not.
hours?
It might be days, it might be weeks, because he is not. He comes home every weekend. He goes to work and comes every weekend. So if it is the weekend that we're supposed to talk, and if we are unable to talk, of course, he will not be at home till the next weekend. So we are not even going to see.
If you
But we
don't
can
see
talk
each
on
other
phone.
physically, can you not? Don't you talk on the phone, or you only talk
And
at
we
the
can
weekend?
talk on phone, but that kind of conversation will now be, are you okay? Have you eaten? How are the kids? It won't be as detailed, as compassionate, as loving, as all of that as it's supposed to be. You get?
So this name calling thing, you do know that name calling is verbal abuse, is
It
emotional
is
abuse, right?
verbal, yes, yes,
Mhm.
abuse. And to
I
avoid
mean,
that,
is this something that has always happened, or did you notice this during when you were dating, or is it something that is new?
to me, I notice everything, but what I would say is, when you know better, you do better. As at that time, I don't know. Maybe I was 18 or 19 when we were dating before
Mm,
we eventually married. So looking back in retrospect now, every handwriting was on the wall, like very clear, clear.
mhm,
Now
mhm,
looking back, I'm like, oh, so this is what this means. So I saw
mhm,
everything, but it does not make any sense to me. I didn't even, there's no conversation like this that, oh, red flags, and all of that.
mhm,
I didn't
mhm,
know. Yeah,
mhm.
but now it's so much so that we are going through divorce anyways. So I just
Ah,
want
okay.
to, yeah, so we are already at the end of, that's what I'm saying. When brother Ben say it will lead to divorce, that's it. There's consequence to every action. If we are supposed to sit
No,
down and
actually, I
talk,
was the one that said it. That no, Brad Ben said that his lawyer is down the road, but I said
oh
that.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, I said that it would lead to divorce, because it's
exactly,
not something you can
yeah.
endure for a long time. Yeah,
Yes,
it will.
yes.
It
Because
will.
if
Was
we
it
are
you
supposed
that
to have
filed, or is the one that
conversation,
filed?
no, I'm the one that filed. And
You filed.
also,
Okay.
anytime I left, you start begging, calling everybody. I have gone 3 times, like you were saying, that people will keep going back and forth. Like for me,
Mm-hmm.
I've gone like 3 different times,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just not sustainable. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it is not sustainable. I can be by myself. Money is not a problem. I am in my own house. I have my own car. I can't say I am married. It's so crazy. Like, if you are supposed to do something, you're not doing it. It will eventually lead to something. So it is
Did you
either,
try to talk to someone, both of you, to maybe bring in
oh
an external person,
yes,
a professional, not Molebi?
professional, yes, that we
Mm-hmm.
pay. We did one-on-one. We still do. There's some that it will be group of married people in a group for
Yeah,
one
that's a
year
group
coaching. For
therapy. Yeah.
yes, for one year
Mm-hmm.
coaching. We did that. At the end of the day, it's so now it's like if you do something that is, let's say you do one today, we will forget about it. Next time you do two. Like it keeps graduating to bigger issue. And for me, I think it is not okay for both of us to be wasting each other's time because we might be robbing each other of other experiences we are supposed to have. Maybe my husband is somewhere chilling, my
Mm-hmm.
real husband chilling, or maybe somebody that is supposed to also marry and have peace. Like we're just wasting the breath in our lungs,
Mm-hmm.
stressing each other. We can just
Mm-hmm.
go our both ways and find
Yeah.
somebody that will not make us stress. But for me, what I see is people bastardize divorce. They will even see it in a very bad light before it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is not sustainable. Man of
Mm-hmm.
prestige, thank you. Before
Mm-hmm.
it happens, then they'll say, oh, divorce is messy. No, divorce is not messy. People that are in the divorce are messy. If we
Yeah.
can be civil, we can walk through this without,
It can actually be
any
it can actually be a solution to a long-term
solution.
problem. So in your own case now, it seems like you guys exhausted everything. But
Every option.
like they always say, most of the issues that make people that lead to divorce a lot of times stems from foundation. You said
Yes.
you saw this
I
behavior was
saw,
present,
oh, I
but you
saw.
didn't know
I didn't
better,
know.
or maybe
And
perhaps
I
you thought in your mind that it will change or it will stop.
Yes.
Mm.
Hopefully that as time goes on, for me now, he now sees my growth as pride. Like I'm very open-minded. I'm open to us, having conversation and all of that. And anytime I use the word, the last time I used the word, oh God, naive. He said, oh, naive. I'm like, Google is your friend. Google it. Like it's like so trifling. Like I cannot grow any little thing. I am behaving like I know too much. And how is this that is just trying to like bow my head at,
Do
no,
you
like no.
do you have a higher paying job than him?
No, I would say we are probably on the same level, kind of,
Are
or
you a
it
proud
might be a
person by
slight.
nature?
I'm not proud. Auntie me, I'm
You
not.
sure? The way
I'm
you are
not.
laughing, I don't trust this your laugh. Oh, Jum Jum.
God
Are
is
you
my
sure?
witness. I am not. I'm very playful
Hmm.
person. That's why I'm laughing, honestly, because even my parents, my mom is the one that would say, be patient, be patient. My pastors, they were the one that would be saying, be patient. At this point, they said, Jumoke, you can do whatever you want to do. That's why I'm laughing, like, because we've
Because they are
exhausted
tired of
every
hearing
option. They are
stories. They've heard too many. They
tired.
are tired. They're even tired. They're like, you two, I beg. If
You
it's if you guys,
that
Tiwaju
is why
Obase
I'm
law,
laughing, Auntie
Ekpada
B.
saying, ah,
And
yeah, I
even
got you.
now, if I see people, I don't even want to greet them because now they're like, so how is he? Like, he's not sick, it's fine, but we're just
Mhm.
not compatible. And it's the type that he doesn't want us to separate regardless of what we are going through. And it's so, oh my God, it's so, the hair in the house is so thick. So
Mhm.
thick, you can feel
And it's
it's
not
so.
healthy. Do you
It
have
is
children?
now. There are
Mhm.
children in the house. Like I
Yeah.
said, my house to your house is 5 minutes. I want this to be peaceful as ever, as it
Mhm.
can be. You will see the children. Even if you want to have them during the week, I will have them weekend. Like anything you want, I will meet you in the middle. I'm not fighting. People that are doing that, I don't think they are wise. I'm not taking the
Mhm.
kids away from you. Never. If
Mhm.
no, like let's meet at the middle. It just does not want me to leave. And I believe that it's taking away the experience of life that I'm supposed to have,
Yeah,
even if
but he
I'm
doesn't
not
want you to
marrying
leave. But does
anybody.
he think that it's healthy the way you people have
He
been bickering
knows
and
he's
fighting for
not.
years?
Yeah, he said he knows that he's not healthy, but we cannot out through the arguments from marriage. I said yes, we can have argument, but anytime from 10 years that I've been here, we have never start
No
a
peace.
conversation, and to
No
me, we have
peace.
never started a conversation and end it like, yes, we have solution to this conversation. It will start from one problem to 10 problem. Like I said, that is not okay. We can never sit down and have a very solvable conversation to say, oh yes, now I understand your point. So this is
Hmm.
what you mean.
Hmm.
No, never. It will get to the point of name calling to each families, no respect. The
Hmm.
last one he said was, ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ ní Yorùbá so you will understand the gravity of it, like
Mhm.
táwọn ọmọ kọ́kọ́ bá dàgbà tó wá sọ fún òun pé mama gbé wọn ṣépè ni. I said this is the last. Ó tún sọ fẹ́ mi náà kí ló tó mama gbé mi ṣépè ni. I said àwọn òbí mi tó bí mi gan sef to the point of you marrying me. Words that I hear from him, I have never heard it from any of my parents. Never. I said this is not marriage. I carry these children myself. I myself, I went through 3 C-section and TB. I don't have the mouth to say I'll be cursing the children. I said, what did you do? You didn't carry them. You did not have C-section. What do you do that you'll be cursing them? They are still in kindergarten. They are still in kindergarten. You have not even sacrificed anything. You've already went into the future to say, if they say I did not take care of them, I'll be cursing them. You will not curse my children.
So it was just a question of you guys just couldn't find a way to communicate.
There is no communication. And I think another problem is he lost his parents and he blames me for it. I'm telling you, it's so crazy. I can't
blames you?
Yes,
how?
I can't. Okay, so I think when his mom was sick, he didn't tell me. I didn't know. So the mom eventually died, right? And then he now said, oh, it's because of me. He's considering. These are people that are very manipulative. I don't want to use the word narcissistic, right? Because I'm trying to be careful. Then he said, it's because of me, because he doesn't want me to get he doesn't want her to come in and then we'll be fighting. I said, you didn't tell me.
So he wanted to bring her to the abroad.
Yes.
Did he discuss it with you?
No, never. I said, if you tell me she's sick, I said she will come.
Did you ever tell him that you don't want in-laws to come?
No, he didn't tell me. He just throw aggression on me at every little, like, I can't. Auntie B is a lot. Like,
when your divorce is final, come and share your story.
No.
Come here and share your story.
So I still have my parents.
The way you are laughing, I even like the way you are laughing. You have a very playful spirit, and I like that. It's not easy. It's not everybody that will be laughing like this, but I guess the marriage was so toxic for you that this seems like freedom for you now.
There's been time in my life, Auntie B, I will be yelling. Even the children that did not offend me, I will be so angry at everybody. But I've passed that. Now I understand what I'm working with. I can't be worked up like that. I would rather just laugh like, no, it's okay. It's okay. We are moving on. So that's why I'm laughing. Not really because I am laughing at him, but at the situation. Like, even looking at myself now, I'll be like, how did I even allow myself to go through all this? But I've learned my lesson and I'm moving on. Just that he doesn't want me to move on. He does not want to move on. He doesn't want to change. He doesn't want to meet me in the halfway. And there's nothing I can do about it. I can't bring my parents because his parents are no more. I'm in school, Auntie B. I need my parents to help me with my children. My playfulness was offensive to him. No, I'm not laughing at his face anytime we're having conversation. I'm just laughing here. No, I'm not laughing at, because I know that would be very insensitive of me. Oh no, I don't do that. No. So the malice and silent treatment can be to avoid name calling, but at the end of the day, it's not a good solution. It will eventually lead to one.
It did lead to divorce, yeah.
Yes,
it's leading to divorce. But again, to be honest, your relationship was already very bad. 10 years of no peace and name calling and all that, plenty. Not being able to communicate. I don't think you should have married. You look like you were not fit. You are not a good fit at all. Because if you cannot even communicate for a whole 10 years.
Yes, and there's no progress. Auntie B, I realized this a year when I got here, but he brought me. I can't leave him. I was thinking that people would think he brought me and I left him, and then I could have just leave at that time. But for me, I was considering that, what will people say? What will people say? So I stayed to see that maybe there'll be growth at some point, maybe things will change. But at the end of the day, it didn't change. It brought me, and from the very first year that I got here, I can tell that no, we are not going to last. But I can't leave him.
Was it a long distance relationship when you were dating?
We were in Nigeria together. We went to university together. We started from Nigeria. Then he traveled here. Then he brought me. So it's not like abroad. People that will go
so you had time to know him.
I knew him. That's what I'm saying. Like, I knew his family, his parents. I have a relationship with everybody. But and again, what I also thought, Auntie B, was when people move to abroad will change people. like for me, it changed me for good. I see good side of this big place. He get angry at this place at every little thing.
Maybe he was stressed. Maybe he was
I
facing a lot of
don't
stress.
know.
Mm. Was he under a lot of financial stress, sending money back home to Nigeria and
No,
things like,
I
or
have
his
been
work is stressful? Work is always
no.
stressful. Mm.
Everything is stressful. Auntie V, what is not stressful about?
Life is stressful.
What is
Life
not
is
stressful?
stressful.
Sleeping and waking up
Mm.
here in abroad is stressful. In
I
phone.
know, I know, I
So people
know.
are just managing. But when you see someone
Mm.
that just everything just
The
make you
things
sad,
are already
people
happy in
that are
Nigeria.
negative.
Abroad will magnify them. Yeah.
Yes. Some
Abroad
people, Auntie
magnifies.
B, some you can see a problem and then be like, oh, how do we go about this problem? No, he will just focus on that problem and keep talking about it. Like, I know this is a problem. How do we go over it? So
Solutions. Yeah.
solutions, yes, but he
Mm.
doesn't sit down. So yeah,
Mm.
I just thought to, talk about that silence treatment and all of that. And
Yeah.
this lady and the boy that fine, it will eventually lead to something. And some people ask me, is it beating you? I said, what I'm going through is more than beating. But I mean, we are at the end. Even though now he doesn't want to sign, he didn't have choice. If he's not going to sign, we can dissolve it without him signing so I
Yeah.
can
I
move
mean,
on.
thanks for sharing, Jum Jum.
Yes,
Just try and
please.
keep it civil. Do your best to keep
Yes,
it civil
yes,
because of the
civil.
children.
Definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
Uh-huh. Give him access to the children and just try
Of
and keep it civil. It's
course.
always better because you got three
Yeah.
children together,
Yes.
so you need to look
Yeah.
after your children. Yeah.
Yes. And he's a great dad to his
Mm-hmm.
credit.
Mm-hmm.
To his
Okay.
credit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, some people might not be good together as a couple, but you can
Yeah.
co-parent and your children
Yes.
will be
Yes.
fine. As a
Yes.
matter of fact, some children will even want their parents to be apart because
Ah,
the level of toxicity is too much.
yes.
They will say, "You,
Yes.
these people, please, please give us.
Just stay away.
We want peace." The children will be like asking for peace.
I know.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
not marriage. Is not moi. It's
It's
not
not
easy. It's
though.
not
It's
easy.
not. It's not.
Mm, thank
Thank
you.
you, Auntie V. I
Thanks, my
love
darling,
your
for
face.
sharing.
Ah,
Thank
I
you,
received the
Jimmy.
grace to be like you when I'm 55.
You're welcome, dear.
Bye.
Take care. Bye. Wow, that's Jum Jum. Jum Jum is sharing her own story with us. So you guys, you see an example now. Malice leads to it will your marriage go end. That's a very practical example, even though there were underlying issues. There were a lot of issues from what she's. I know it's not the full story. She just kind of gave us a little bit, but obviously people were not happy together 10 years. This is what I'm talking about. Before you get to the point where you start deleting each other, it's better. I like what Jimmy said. She said, I feel like we are depriving each other of, happiness. We are not happy together. And we could be happy with other people or happy being alone. Sometimes people don't regard the peace that comes from being alone and not having that toxicity in your life. Ah, you can't put a price to peace, so you can't put a price to it. So yeah, I actually think it's the best thing. If we can have healthy ways of resolving, if you try, like you said, they tried marriage, counseling, they tried group therapy, family, everything, pastor, pray, do everything, still didn't work. So yeah, it's not the end of the world. Maybe he will find somebody that will make him happy. Maybe you too, by the grace of God, you'll find somebody else and he will have peace. It's better. 10 years is a long time to be in a toxic marriage. I wish everybody that is hurting peace. But remember, the covenant of life is longer than the covenant and is greater than the covenant of marriage. And those of you that are keeping malice, a lady told us about how she kept malice and she and her partner were keeping malice for 2 years plus. That's serious. Yeah, you can have peace by yourself. Yeah, people, I don't know, because we are all hype about relationship and marriage these days. People don't, value the solitude that comes with just being peaceful on your own. Especially if you've had a level of, so much inconsistencies and a lot of basbos and problem, wahala. 10 years is a long time to be having all these issues. Yet there are people that will be in such marriages and they will continue to enjoy it forever. Yeah, is it worth it? I don't think so. Healthy or nothing. That's what we preach here. So may God help everybody that is trying to navigate life. Yeah, marriages are tough, but if people are willing to do the work and you're willing to, not just do the work but change. Both of you need to compromise and meet each other halfway. Otherwise, you keep saying it's my way, my way. Before you know, Brad Ben said the lawyer is down the road. Everybody has a lawyer down the road, though. But the funny thing is that a lot of people will still want to remain, in things like that. It's not by fire, by force. Yeah, you should definitely not threaten divorce, but when it comes to a point where you've done all you need to do and you feel it's not healthy for you, you've lost your peace, you are not happy, you've tried and tried and tried, and it's beginning to affect your emotional health, your physical health, your children. Biko no. Advise yourself, oh, it is well. It is very, very well. We need to learn how to communicate better and learn those conflict resolution skills. Thank you very much. I believe Ola is doing a show tonight on what's it called? Malice, the same issue. Yeah, conflict resolution, and how we can, when you feel like you cannot progress more than where you are, everything's come to a standstill. Where do you go from there? So if you are not subscribed, subscribe to Mano Prestige, and yeah, join him later on. I'm going to listen and see how that goes. And I'm back on Thursday. Thursday, we're going to have a really, really very, very interesting show. I'm bringing Dr. O to the show. And if you have children or you have a child that is struggling academically, or you yourself, you feel like you are stuck in the abroad and it's not making sense, she's going to teach us. The topic is moving from, moving from failure to success in terms of academically. How she was able to transform her life from, an F student. She was basically an F student. And today she's a medical doctor. If you have a child that is struggling academically, what can you do to help them? Yeah. So make it a day with us on Thursday, same time, 7 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. in some other parts of the world. Come and learn. If you have a child that has, that is not learning, and things are difficult, she's going to share her own personal experience. And I tell you, I've read her book and I've listened to her story. She's a great friend, and if she can become a doctor, your child can become anything they want to be. It's just for you to understand the way learning works. It will help and bless a lot of parents and potential parents. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Brother Ben, no, peace is golden, no. Peace is golden. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'll see you on Thursday. Join Ola later on for the show. Thank you so much. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you on Thursday night with Dr. O. Bye, guys. Appreciate you. Love you guys. Bye bye.